Libra, how are you doing, my sweet peach? I know. We talked a little bit about like letting things be messy. We won't talk about that today, but we'll let it be. Today we're going to be discussing the new moon that is happening at 0 degree of Aries. For you, my darling, this is right on your descendant sign. And, all of these are the different planets, but, if you have questions about them or if you're curious about them, please reach out directly for a reading and we can talk about all of these planets individually. But today we're just going to be talking about the ones that affect you, my dear Libra rising, Libra sun and moon. Obviously, you'll receive the vibrations of this as well. But I'm just going to talk about like the main vibe of what I see here for this general reading. So this is a half birthday for you. This is Aries season right here, the start of the spring. And so for you, this is a little bit like, just in a very general way, I would say, look at kind of where you wanted to be. Let me rephrase. When you're blowing up the candles on your birthday, and you're like, next year I'm going to be whatever that was, whatever's really not slapping right now, trim the fat and just say, you know what? This hasn't really been working. I've given it 6 months of my effort, dedicated, tried and true with, the God of my understanding. We've really been spearheading towards this. So something really isn't working. I'd say just let it fall away. Just let it fall away naturally. Because, the descendant sign is your house of relationships. So this new moon where we plant seeds for manifestations, this is the perfect time to, ask God of your understanding or the universe, whatever language that is for you, what it is you really want as far as relationships are concerned. And this is the important people in my life. I used to call this house seeing God in another. I've said God so many times. I'm going to write that down for your video. What? God's in the room. God's in the room. Libra, we need a card. What's going on? What does Libra need to see? What does Libra need to hear? What is the message from God that Libra really needs right now? This is the first reading that I've done that fame is not the title. It's okay, my darling Libra, that right now there's some adolescent stuff in here. It's okay if you're not the main character right now, Libra. It's really okay. Aries and Taurus are the main characters right now, astrologically. Gemini, they're just getting off of like a really intense horse, like they've been through the thick of it. So this card to me, there's an adolescent view here, like a very like, I'm not getting attention. What's underneath it? Okay. So let me position these in a way where you can see. Everything is energy. So if something right now in your life, if you feel like I'm not getting the attention that I need, I'm not the main character, I'm not this, that is an adolescent mentality. Obviously, our inner adolescent needs some attention here. So what's really underneath it? What's really happening? So this, was first, and then this was after. The relationships that we're in, are we in them because we want to be in them? Are we in them because we were taught that we were supposed to be in them? what do you know about your relationships? You know, if you're a female, you know, divine feminine, this is divine feminine, divine masculine. So I do not care how you identify. This is about, like, if you are a divine feminine being and you're looking for a divine masculine being to pair with, if you're not with a divine masculine being, or if you were kind of compartmentalizing, you know better. You know better. You know better. Let's really recognize, like, as we plant seeds for manifestation, Libra, like, what do we want and why? Wait, okay, sorry. You know, your public life is about to get rocked. With Mars up here. Mars has been transiting your house of quest and adventure, long distance travel for 7 months. Now it's just going to spearhead for 2 months through your house of career. Cancer up here. So, like, make sure you really want the people in your life. Again, sorry. Because you're worthy of a really beautiful, special, happy family. Happy, happy family, Libra. Happy, happy family. You know, there's no star. There's no main character on this card. There's no, you know, one person is better than the other. They are all a part of the family, and they all create the whole, and they all create the community, and they're happy under the sun. They're happy under the sun. So really look at relationships and the important people in my life, seeing God in another, and planting seeds. I mean, we have Jupiter and Mercury in this house right now, like really auspicious blessings. We have Venus, which is up here with the North Node in your house of transformation, death and rebirth, and wills, shared possessions, and contracts. So, like, the love of your life can literally walk in a way that's a fairy tale. Libra, you are a fairy tale creature. You're just cherubs. You're beautiful. And like, I say beauty because, like, you're run by Venus. You know, Taurus is also run by Venus. It's a very different vibration, but it's like, yeah, it's good. You're just, so what counterpart, Libra, you know, you are the scales. What counterpart matches your scales? If you're a divine masculine presentation and you're looking for a divine feminine, but you know, maybe are with, you know, female that's a little bit badass and tells you what the fuck to do, why are you with her? Why are you with her? If you are meant to wear the pants in the relationship, if you are meant to be the one that has the divine masculine energy, why are you sharing that? This is energy. Everything is energy. You can share responsibilities, you can share chores, you can share bills, whatever. If you need to compartmentalize that like that, I get. But the divine masculine energy and the divine feminine energy, those are two people, the yin and the yang. So that's only because we're talking about relationships for you, Libra. This isn't the same reading for everybody. So yeah, don't get bitter. Don't let yourself get bitter. If you're not in the relationship that you want to be in, or if you're single and you don't have any prospects around, don't have anything around, and you're like, and this is something that I still work with, and this is something that I definitely don't have the full answers to, where it's like, okay, so I'm supposed to sink into my divine feminine, let my nervous system relax without a divine masculine protector, and just like wait and not harden and not have to play that role, but still do the divine masculine things while I wait for it. Like, yeah, I know it can be very confusing, but please reach out directly for a reading, a session, and we can talk about how we can actively like put those things into your daily life that feel right and that feel great. I'll give an example in closing. You know, Sundays for me with, you know, I'm non-monogamous, and my, you know, primary partner is not here in this space, this here and now. He's not meant to be here. He's out fighting dragons. He's doing something, but he's not meant to be in this here and now space. But Sundays are a sacred day for me. And I know that, you know, on Sundays with this being, we'll, you know, like have a workout, maybe some cannabis flowers, some plant medicine if that's, you know, the time, or, you know, maybe, you know, just have some coffees, or, you know, we're on a water or a juice cleanse, something like that. But, you know, like would want to have like cooking, open house, community coming over. We're educating ourselves. We're, listening to podcasts or movies or music or creating music or having fun. There's people coming and going. And so it can be very odd to not get bitter while you're doing that on your own. While you're dancing around the kitchen and you're like, well, I should be dancing with someone, but he's not here, so I'm just going to dance by myself and try not to cry and live into the vibration of dancing with him when he's here. But your imagination is where we take over, where I'll close my eyes and I'll dance around and I'll be like, oh, I bet he's got great rhythm. Maybe he'd put on a song that he really liked. Or, when I'm changing from podcast to podcast, I'd be like, ooh, I wonder what podcast he's listening to right now. Must be really cool. Or, in my workouts in the morning, or, I'm thinking of like, they're really going to love my other partner. They're really going to love, like, and that's non-monogamous things, but I feel like Libra, that was a seed for me to plant for you here. But yeah, relationships can look very, very different. And moving forward into the age of Aquarius, like Pluto's going to be in your house of play and romance and childlike spirits for the next 20 years. So if you want to have fun in a very, the age of Aquarius, unconventional relationships, non-monogamy, yada, 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 like family is family is family. And it can look like whatever you want it to look like, as long as God of your understanding is in the room. So seeing God in another, what type of a face do you want God to wear in others, Libra? What do you want him to look like? What do you want him to sound like? And I use him again because this is my avatar, understands that language, but the God of your understanding. What does she look like? What do they look like? What does this alien look like? What does this Anunnaki being look like? The vibe. It's the vibe, Libra. I love you, honey.